ready for this, YouTube? Vámonos. Let's go. What are you waiting for? I said let's go. Come on.
By the way, this is the building you were leaning against as I filmed that intro. Just in case you'd like a little taste of the architecture here in Merida. Simply gorgeous.
I should also say a couple of words about the weather in Merida. This part of the country is known for being particularly hot and humid. In the summer, it regularly gets up to 40 degrees Celsius in Merida.
Not the case today. We have a high of 24 degrees with a bit of rain. As we see a church across the street with a interesting stained glass window in the middle. Let's get a close-up of this.
As I said, there have been many hot and humid days in Merida. But today, you might notice some locals wearing their sweaters and coats. This is about as cold as it gets down here. It's a Saturday afternoon, which means despite the weather, we have a few local people sitting in the park, enjoying their day. I always like how Mexico has these little parks, you know, with plenty of seating and a nice historical statue in the middle.
In front of me, I got a first glance at the Centro, the Central Square in downtown Merida. I also just noticed a little place called Doña Gorda.
Oh, that looks good. And the prices are cheap too. I think I'll get a little snack and eat it in the square. You know, there's two types of travelers. There are people who do a lot of research, plan every restaurant they want to go to before they visit their city. And then there are people like me who wander around till they get hungry, see a place that looks good, smells good, is full of local people. As soon as I saw the women in there making the gorditas fresh in front of us, I knew this place would be good. So I ordered two of them. I got one cochinita pibil. It's like a local specialty from the Yucatan state. Slow roasted pork. And I also got a carnitas with mole sauce. I thought I was gonna eat in the park, but the rain is actually really picking up now.
You might be able to see a few umbrellas below the giant Mexican flag.
Pretty wet in the park, so I just found a little covered spot where I could stop next to this old building. First bite of the Yucatan cuisine. Oh, so good. That was delicious. And you know what else I just noticed? The building whose ledge I briefly used to eat my gorditas. I think that's actually the governor's palace. This is funny. Even though it's raining, they have the sprinklers going.
What do you think of that, Mr. Pigeon? The pigeon is not impressed.
Or maybe the pigeon was just upset at me for not sharing my gordita. But you know what, Mr. Pigeon? If I gave some to you, I'd have to give some to all these pigeons.
But enough about our little friends, because above us is something which is not little. It's also not waving at the moment. If it was waving, you'd be able to see, but... Oh, there it goes. The eagle standing on a cactus eating a snake. It's just beginning to say hello. What is that building in front of us? Does that ever look interesting? Casa de Montejo. Built in 1540. Wow. They don't build them like that anymore, I think it's fair to say. Look at this. Looks like there's a festival going on, Merida Fest. 5 a 26, the 5th to the 26th of January. celebrating 483 years of Merida. Wow.
So in 17 years, it'll be the big 500. Mark your calendars. So I just checked the website. It looks like there are music and film events and stuff like that happening all over the city. So it's not here that the festival is. It's a lot of different parks and stuff like that. But for the moment, I want to go check out that palace.
Just to show you that it probably doesn't rain a lot in Merida. This is the central area of the palace, and they have a, a big tarp over top, keeping out some of the water.
But more importantly, check out this artwork. There are towns in the south of Mexico where Mayan and other indigenous languages are still spoken even more than Spanish. So just a little reminder as we see this striking artwork around us that, you know, the story of the Mayans is not just one of the past. Foreign tourists often think of these ancient archaeological sites like, you know, Chichen Itza and Coba and all the others. But their story is really one that continues into modern day Mexico as well. I just stepped in this little coffee shop and it has my name on the wall.
I think it says, Daniel, welcome to the cemetery of forgotten books.
That was actually really funny. As I was leaving the cafe, when I asked for the bill, la cuenta, as we say in Spanish, they brought it to me inside of a book. It was like the bookmark. And the book was rather old, and I thought, at first I was like, oh, that's a cool way to bring you the bill. But then I thought, oh, this is a book-themed cafe. Maybe the idea is like, you order a coffee and you get a free book. So I was actually about to walk out with the book. I was like, this is a cool souvenir. I got a Spanish book. But I just, as I was leaving, I decided to ask, I was like, ¿Eso es para mí? And they were like, no, it's our book. So it's a good thing I asked, you know. I did not steal their book.
I've also noticed this distinct seat with one chair facing in each direction. Seems like that might be some kind of local symbol.
Well, there's definitely more to see, but I think I'm going to leave my camera for a couple of hours, take a little rest, learn a bit more about that Merida Fest, and maybe go to something tonight or tomorrow. So this video will continue. I will see you all very soon. Peace. Hello, my friends. It's a new day in Merida. Today that hot sun is out and that warm air is coming off the Gulf of Mexico. We see umbrellas today not to hide from the rain, but to protect from that sun. So let's continue exploring the city and see what we can find. So far, I'm hearing a lot of music. You know, it's almost like they're all competing. Whoever can have the music loudest will get the attention of the shoppers on this Sunday afternoon. Oh yeah, I should mention that last night I did end up finding some music. And then I also caught the end of something which was more of a indigenous people sharing their culture who are coming from different towns in the region.
Buenas noches, mi nombre es Dayana Serrano.
Hola a todos, yo soy Valente Saavedra.
Buenas noches, mi nombre es José Romero.
That was really cool to see. That was right here in the Centro, which I'm actually walking towards again, and I think there's more music going on today. Let's check this out. The eagle on the flag has begun to soar once more. It's almost like even the flag was annoyed by the rain yesterday, but now everyone is in a good mood.
Se me va a quemar el corazón.
Necesito un cerebro nuevo.
Todos los días salgo a caminar con mis cosas a no pensar. Lleno de adorno, sufro de trastorno, siempre te quiero llamar.
I don't even know if you can hear me anymore. There's music just pouring out of every corner of this city. I even saw this Iceman. Wow. He's got to move quick on a hot day like this. So about a 10-minute walk away from the central square, I found a place called Mercado San Benito. And I have no idea what to expect, but this place looks like the real deal. And if you've never been to a real Mexican market before, it can be a bit overwhelming, but it's always an unforgettable experience. Yeah, I'm excited to see what we can find in here. Now we can't step inside without having a little taste first, right? Check out the al pastor grilling in front of us with a pineapple on top. So cool. Not too many signs of life in here. It actually seems like most places are closed up. I wonder if it's because Sunday is a lot of people's day off. Well, even though about 80% of the shops around here appear to be closed, you still have just about anything you can imagine for sale. And, you know, if you can't find it here, it probably doesn't exist. All right, so I'm back again in the Central Square, and it turns out that that artist who I caught some footage of performing this afternoon, that was just the sound check. And at that time, that was 2 p.m., there were already some people lined up along the side waiting to get the best spots to see the concert, which I would find out doesn't start until 8 p.m.
Mon Laferte. I hadn't heard of this artist before, but she's a Chilean Mexican artist.
And I really liked the sound check that I was hearing earlier on. So, I mean, I don't know if I'll be able to make it through these crowds, but if I can see any of it, I will definitely show you that.
Está bueno. Ah, dale un cambio, bro.